It is 6:02 in the heart of the Texas Hill Country, and you're listening to Eat, Play, Live with me, Andi P, the show that's chasing dreams and crushing goals. My goal here is to help you live a healthier, happier, more balanced life. And our focus for this year is learning to love ourselves unconditionally. Now, I've been saying that every week this year, and we are more than halfway through the year. So has that just become a catchphrase, or have you started to prioritize loving yourself? Have you made progress in this area? Well, I truly hope so, because we've been working through this week after week. And the only way that you're going to be able to do that is if you make time for you, your needs, your wants, your joy. You know, time is what we want most, but what we use worst. Why do we do that? Because we're human. So what can we do differently? Well, I have some questions I'd like you to ask yourself. Think about tonight as we take a look at what we're doing with the time we've been given. So how much time do you spend every day actually loving yourself? Dedicated time to loving yourself. Do you take a moment first thing in the morning to tell yourself, you're awesome? People should listen to what you have to say. Do you do that? That would just take a moment or two. Do you pause in front of the mirror and admire the beauty of the person looking back at you? Give that person some love. Don't be critical. Give that reflection some love every day. Do you take time to plan and cook food that's going to nourish your body? That is loving yourself. Do you think about maybe how to structure your day so that you can include movement? You can get your heart really beating, because we need our hearts to beat if we're going to dedicate that heart to ourselves. Do you chase your dreams? Do you practice gratitude? Do you take the time to do those things every day? Each of those things is just a moment, you know, but we get so busy going that we do not dedicate the time to make ourselves a priority and to make loving ourselves a priority. So I really wanted to just dig down into that, because every week, love yourself. It's important. If you can't love yourself, how can you love anybody else? You know, you've got to put yourself first. You've got to put the oxygen mask on yourself before you help anyone else. And time can either be your ally or your enemy. What it becomes depends entirely on you, on your goals, and on your determination to use every available minute. Zig Ziglar said that, and I like that, because it's up to you. The choice is yours. It's your choice every single day to wake up and decide that you're going to make the most of your time and you're going to make yourself a priority. So let's start with how we eat. How we eat can make such a big difference to how we're making ourselves a priority and how we're loving ourselves well, because that is the nourishment that, basic thing here is, how do we get through the day? How do we have the energy, the strength, the stamina to get through the day? How do we fight illness? Food can do all of those things for us. And generally, we're not putting the food in our body that's going to actually love us. We're not loving ourselves by what we're putting in our body. I guarantee you that. So let's talk about some ways, because we are talking about time tonight. Ways that you can eat healthy, eat better, that are actually quick. They're quick. They're simple. You don't have to dedicate a ton of time to nourishing your body. Does that make sense? Or to planning it, Okay, so let me just give you some hints. Something very simple is maybe just a protein shake. I don't know if you've ever tried one, but if you haven't, you can do a million different things. I mean, think smoothie here, right? You can fill them with fruit. You can put coffee in them. You can do just about anything under the sun. And protein, I just bought one that's a chai flavored. It's delicious. I get vanilla most of the time because then you can mix anything you want with it. You can throw in some spinach, some blueberries, whatever, and you can, make it fruity, make it not. I really like to put coffee in there with it and make yourself a little protein latte. So it's just a super easy way, especially if you're not really, really hungry, but you know that you need nourishment. You need to give your body, like for those of you who are not breakfast eaters. Okay, I know your mother told you that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and whether or not you listened, it is true. So if you don't like to get up and eat breakfast, go ahead and get yourself a protein shake, and then at least you're giving your body some fuel to go out, attack the day, and make the most of the time that's been given to you. And you can maybe add some nuts and maybe some dried cranberries, just a very small handful. And that way you're getting some healthy fats in there. And voila, you've got yourself a super easy way to kick off the day. Another thing that's a really easy little life hack that I just discovered is make up relatively big bowls of salad. Okay, so I just started doing this and I'm using spinach, kale. Yes, I'm using kale. You know I hate kale, but if you mix it in with enough other things, you can get by. And it is really good for you. I know. But anyway, so spinach, kale, some broccoli slaw, some shredded cabbage, and then a few little sliced almonds and dried cranberries. And then just mix all that up together and put in like an oil and vinegar dressing. And you can store that, put a lid on it, store it in the refrigerator. It lasts like 2 or 3 days. So I've been making up big bowls of this salad because even my son will go in there and if he sees a big bowl of salad, he's going to grab some salad. Oh my gosh. Since when is a teenager going to just randomly eat salad? Well, if it's right there and easy and ready, it's going to happen and it'll happen for you too. So super simple. In fact, I made some up this morning while I was cooking breakfast. I'm waiting for my eggs to finish and whip up some salad and stick it in the fridge for later. So boom, it's already there. Another great, healthy, easy snack is fish. Fish. Smoked salmon. You can buy little packets of just strips of smoked salmon. Those little packets of crab strips. I don't think that's real crab. Whatever. It says crab and it makes a good snack. Also, maybe canned sardines or oysters or whatever kind of canned little critter that you enjoy. But those are really easy ways to add some protein and it takes no time at all. So that's a really good healthy choice for you. Also, think leftovers. Think leftovers. If you need ground beef for a recipe, make twice as much as you need and then just take the rest and stick it in the refrigerator. And the next day, maybe you put a little ground beef on a potato or with some rice or different, whatever you can think of. Get some whole wheat pasta or spaghetti squash and make up some spaghetti with spaghetti squash with that extra ground beef. So you've already got it. You're saving yourself a step. You're making it easy to eat healthy. Now, do try to buy as lean a beef as possible and organic if your budget can do that. And I know the price of it is getting a little ridiculous right now, but we do the best we can. And if you're not eating out, you're still saving money, right? As of right now, we don't have to tip the girl at the grocery store, but that's probably coming. Have you noticed with now when we pay, like everywhere we go, it gives you the option to tip? Why? If I ordered at the counter and they took my order at the counter, why does that? Anyway, that was a little bunny trail there, but okay. So making leftovers. Tuna is another good thing that you can make leftovers. If you want to have tuna for lunch one day, make twice as much as you need and store the rest. Now, tuna doesn't store for a very long time, but you can make up enough to have some maybe the next day. And I don't know how you make your tuna, but I'm going to suggest that you do not use mayonnaise. Okay. You don't need that in your life. It's nasty. So Greek yogurt is an excellent swap for mayonnaise. Or you can use some avocado, some nice ripe avocado, or maybe mix the two together. And that, I'm telling you, it'll change your world and you'll never need mayonnaise again. Hard-boiled eggs. This is like a superfood. I think I've called it a wonder nugget in the past. I don't know. I make up words. You know I do. But just boil up some eggs, man. And then anytime you need to grab a quick snack, a quick little pick-me-up, there you go. It's got protein, it's got fat, no carbs, and it's super easy. Although, why is it sometimes they're really easy to peel and sometimes they're terrible to peel? I feel like I make them the same way every single time. Why does that vary? And I've tried the things like the put ice in it immediately, and I don't know what works. So if you have a tried and true way to make hard-boiled eggs that are easy to peel, please, I think my voice just went somewhere weird. Please, seriously, message me, eatplaylive.andy on Facebook or Instagram, and let me know, because this is a life hack that I need. Air fry your stuff, man. It's fast. It's a healthy way to cook. It's fast. I made air fried fish tacos the other night. It took 12 minutes for me and my son. So I just air fried the fish. It took 10 minutes for that. While that was doing its thing, I put the tortillas in the pan and I'm sure there's something in those that are not good for you because they are oh so tasty. But they did have a wheat flour blend, which is nice because they hold together a lot better than just plain corn tortillas. So just saying. So that took 12 minutes, like freezer to plate. And then shrimp also make really good tacos. And those are even quicker to throw in your air fryer. Super, super simple. So I'm just trying to save you some time, people. Save you some time while you're prioritizing yourself, your health, and loving on yourself by eating the very best things you can. And of course, food prep. You've heard of food prep, right? People, bodybuilders, prep their food. When I was a competitive bodybuilder, I prepped all my food all the time. So if you're interested in food prep, which basically is you cook all your proteins in one day for the week, and sometimes most of your carbs as well. And so you have these little containers pre-made. You know, I used to dedicate Sunday and just cook all my food for the entire week. And everybody knew that you would die if you touched one of those containers. So if you're interested in food prep, if that's something that you think would help you meet your goals, you know, teach you how to add healthy food into your habits, then message me. And if you need help, I'll help you. I'll give you some pointers on what to make, how to make it. I did it for years. So I promise you, I've learned a few tricks. So yeah, definitely anytime, message me on Facebook or Instagram, eatplaylive.andy, and I'm happy to help, because the more you prep, the more time you have to play. And we all love our playtime. In fact, time you enjoy wasting was not wasted. Thank you, John Lennon, for that, because that is so true, right? So how do you make time in your life for play, right? You don't want to feel guilty for play. You want to make the time you need to do it. So I've got some pointers. Prioritize it and make it a habit. Make play important. It is important, you know? So what playful activities can you do? What can you add into your life? If you don't know, then how about remind yourself what it is you love? Maybe write this sentence: I love to blank, and the next time I plan to do it is blank. You decide. What is it you love to do? And Set yourself a time and a day to do that thing, to go play. Find balance. Maybe write out, I love to tell you to write things down. 2 columns, right? Write out a list of things in your life that drain you. And then next to it, write out a list of things that fill you up. And then compare those 2 lists. And take that list of things that drain you and make sure that you've got it balanced with things that fill you up. And you spend way more time focusing on those things that fill you up and bring you joy than the things that weigh you down. How about a 5-star rating for your playtime? List out your fun activities that you do in your life and then actually rate them best to least. Best to least? You know what I mean. But rate the fun activities that you do, because sometimes we think this is something I really enjoy and it's actually kind of I kind of enjoy it, but there's something else that you might enjoy a lot more. So writing it down and giving it that rating just helps you to kind of see it. Sometimes it helps to see it in black and white. And then share the joy. Think about the people that you encounter, the people in your life, the people that at the bank or the grocery store or the post office that you interact with, and how much more they enjoy you when you've been having some playtime, because it makes you happier and friendlier and you smile brighter and your eyes are twinkling. And so think about sharing that joy by having more playtime in your life and making that a priority. Then invite your tribe. It's more fun with friends, and they need to add more fun and playtime into their lives too. So how can you include friends in your fun? Is there something you really want to do, but you don't really want to do it by yourself? Like I've kind of sort of considered jumping out of an airplane. There's no way I would do that by myself. No way. But I have a couple of friends who've done it and who would be more than happy to go along. And these are people that I would love to spend time with. So voila, we can play or freak out together and do that. So you don't have to necessarily jump out of a plane. Just think of something fun that you can do with your friends. And who would you do it with? Think about that. Is there somebody who maybe you've kind of lost touch with? You just haven't made time for each other. Life gets busy. We got kids, we got jobs, we got stuff. And there's somebody you really want to reconnect with. What is a fun thing that the 2 of you could schedule that would bring you together, that would give you an excuse to get together, even if you live on different parts of the country? Maybe you meet in the middle. Maybe you've been needing to get out there to visit. Whatever. Think about ways that you can reconnect and play. That's the best way to do it. When we were kids, you remember playing with our friends was our entire plan for the day. Get up. All right, I'm going to go play with my friends. That's what I got going on today. So perhaps as grown-ups, we can't totally do that every single day, but the value of playing with our friends has not changed. And I kind of think it's easier to love ourselves when we surround ourselves with people who think we're pretty cool. That's not a bad way to do life. So let's live well right now. Right now, in this moment, we're going to learn to enjoy every minute of our lives and be happy now. Not waiting for something outside of ourselves. As soon as this happens, as soon as that happens, then I get to be happy in the future. Seriously? No, now, right now. Think how really precious is the time you have to spend. Every minute should be enjoyed and savored. Okay, wait, back up just a second. Every minute? Did I just really say that? Well, how is that possible? How about the crappy minutes? We all have crappy minutes. How do we enjoy those? Well, start by taking 5-minute time out just for yourself. Whenever, any time of day. In the morning, drinking your coffee, 5-minute time out. Yesterday, I went for a swim which was lovely, great playtime. And then afterward, I laid on a towel in the sun to dry for about 5 minutes, maybe 10. Take that moment for yourself. Don't feel guilty. Enjoy it. Soak it in. Think of tasks that you do every day. So instead of dreading those chores that lie ahead, think of them as time to actually relax and meditate. It's not like you have to, if you do laundry every day, even brushing your teeth, okay? That's something we do every day. You don't really have to think about it. You just do it, right? So take that time to meditate and just enjoy living in the moment. You know, if you're pulling weeds, meditate on that. Enjoy that moment and be grateful for each thing. The food you can prepare, the life that's growing through our dry, cracked dirt. Yeah, I know we need rain, but the teeth that give you that beautiful smile. I know not every moment is fun, so it's hard to say enjoy every moment, but every moment can be treasured for the lesson it brings, the growth it evokes, and the opportunity that it sets in motion. So even those hard minutes, there's stuff in there that we can learn. There's useful stuff. There's a reason for those. You know, and somebody actually reminded me just yesterday that if we can attack the obstacles in our life rather than trying to avoid them, whether it be the difficult conversation, especially those. We're bad about trying to avoid those. You know what I mean? That takes our time, because when we try to avoid the tough stuff, then we end up spending more time with the mental anguish over what am I going to say? What are they going to say? What's going to happen? Just all that. And it steals our time and it steals our joy. So that came to me, and I was encouraged in that. Sometimes it's really hard to just get out there and attack the hard stuff, but you get that over with and you have just invited more time for play into your life because you've taken care of the hard work right up front, right off the bat. Man, I know it's work. This being adulting stuff, it's not for the faint of heart. I'm Andi P, and I'm reminding you that the future is something we all reach in exactly 525,600 minutes every year. Time's up for this show. Let's go eat, play, and live. Love y'all.